Rogers and Jack Holmes running back, blocking back. Receivers, Gordon Banks, Groth, Larry Hardy. And the line, the strength, the right side of the line, John Hill, Sam Adams, Stan Brock. Okay, 1st and 10, ball on the 49-yard line. New Orleans Saints, first possession of the ball game. On defense for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Bob Coors, Mean Joe Green, Gary Dunn, John Banaszak. The linebackers, Winston, very good against the run. Lambert and Robin Cole, a good blitzing linebacker. And the secondary, 31 years experience for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That says it all.
Now, Robin Cole jumped in there after being injured all year, Harmon. And he can really blitz. We'll watch him go after this rookie today.
Yeah, good idea. 2nd and 8, ball on the 49. Well, again, the Saints trying to establish that running game, go up the middle, not much of a gain.
Steelers wipe them out, but you can't put a motion in the computer, and these guys like playing for bump.
Okay, 3rd down and play. Could be the first pass of the game for the New Orleans Saints. Man in motion, Wilson back. Went out overthrown, perhaps a little bit nervous. What do you think, Mike?
Got to get that first pass out of the way, that's for sure. He had Jack Holmes, the fullback, open out in the flat for the first down, but I think Wilson was a little shook playing against the big-time Steelers.
Well, you're right. 4-time Super Bowl champions, the Steelers, are coming in there. Obviously, they're going to try to blitz the young quarterback. Your punter is Russell Erxleben, #1 draft choice out of the University of Texas. And deep will be Jimmy Smith, number 86 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Also a great wide receiver, Jim Smith. Good high punt, takes it on his own 10-yard line, misses one, looking for the wall. He's got the speed, pushed out of bounds, flagged down on the play. And of the Steelers.
Tough place to start, Harmon.
We got Franco wide to the right, just stretching it out. On offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, you know Bradshaw and Franco Harris, but Frank Pollard, very fast, very tough, a good blocking back. There they are, among the best in the NFL, these wide receivers and tight end Cunningham. And your offensive line, all members of the 500 club, which means they can all bench press over 500 pounds. Mike?
I don't want to get in their way of pass protection. They're just too tough.
Especially when you snap those elbows out and you have all that strength. All right, 2nd down 4, ball on the 16. Draw play up the middle, delayed. Not much of a gain. New Orleans Saints defensive line, not household names, but very hard-nosed, tough players like Bum Phillips, Lykes, Moore, Bennett, and Grooms. The linebackers very young, Jackson, Red, Evans, Bordelon. And your secondary, you have a couple of rookies, Poe, Gary, Waymer, 1 year, led by the veteran Tommy Myers in his 10th year with the New Orleans Saints.
Can he keep them together to stop that receiving crew of Pittsburgh? I hope so.
All right, 3rd down, 3 to go. Ball on the 17. The split backfield, 3 wide receivers. Bradshaw back. He's got Swan around the 30-yard line. Dave Waymer made your tackle.
See Waymer lay off him that time, Harmon?
Well, you know something, Mike? When you have Swan, Stallworth, you have Jimmy Smith backing them up, you have Cunningham, and you've got Franco in the backfield, and you got the Iron Men up front giving him great protection. Look at the pickup there.
Now
Bradshaw's got all the talent he can do.
Now watch how wide open he is. Waymer was playing deep. They're in zone. All he has to do is turn right up in front of him, and Terry hits him perfect.
1st down, ball on the 31. Frank Pollard up the middle. A lot's been said about Frank Pollard. Rocky Bleier returning. Frank Pollard came in. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience, and any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New Orleans Saints and the National Football League is prohibited. Second down 5, ball on the 36. Both receivers wide left. Comes the blitz. Franco Harris up the middle. You know, Mike are having a bit of a problem establishing that up the middle running game against what some people might say might be a suspect down 3 for the Saints.
You know, the 3-4 defense is designed to stop the outside running game, and so you got to run inside. When you got Harris and Pollard, the big backs, that's where you got to run. But again, as I said at the top of the show, this game looks like a blowout for Pittsburgh. That you can't put emotion in the computer, and these young guys are really fired up.
Well, you said it there, because emotion sometimes rules the younger players. They don't know enough to be intimidated, perhaps, by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, there's a long time to go. We'll find out.
Third down 4, ball on the Steeler 37. Bradshaw back, being rushed. Oh, gets off a great pass. Benny Cunning, that was Lynn Swan. Playing off Tommy Myers. It's always nice to be able to go back in a long third down. Good protection. Look at the protection here, but they beat him, came by.
Well, you pointed it out early, Harmon. The blitz was on, therefore there's no underneath coverage from the linebackers. Swan, the veteran receiver, sees that. He comes back across the middle, moves up, leaves himself wide open for Terry. And Swan, I mean, he's just one of the best. That's all you can say.
16-yard gain, first down 10. Ball on the 47-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. Bradshaw was looking like he wanted his receiver to go down and then up with the defensive back. Seemed like he stood him up a little bit. That was Dave Waymer, first-year player, trying to go to Lynn Swan. Looks like he stood him up, Mike. You would know about that.
I'll tell you what it was. Strong side zone. Cornerback rolls up, and his responsibility is to stop Swan from getting deep, and he did. Terry was looking for him. He wasn't there. There's a look at Chuck Noll. What a coaching job he's done. Remember that opening season, 1-13?
Yeah, but 4 Super Bowl championships. The only coach in the history of the game to do that. Second down 10, ball on the Saints 47. Well, another inside trap play with Franco Harris. Glenn Redd made the tackle for the Saints.
You know, Bum Phillips said today that his inside linebackers are going to be looking for that number 32 with the black shirt on. And so far, inside running, Franco Harris hasn't done anything.
Franco Harris needs 409 yards to reach the 10,000-yard. Saints total defense, you see it right there, 28th in 1980, right now ranked 8. Third down 8, big conversion play for the Steelers.
They got 4 men on the defensive line to pass rush, too.
Here they come. He's scrambling.
That was a backward lateral. That ball was live.
That was a lateral. He threw it back. That was a live ball. A lot of people didn't know it at first.
I'll tell you, the Saints coaches and all the players on the sideline are screaming and yelling, get over here and get that ball.
I know, get that ball. Well, a great defensive stand. You can hear the crowd for the New Orleans Saints. Craig Colquitt will be the punter now. Coming in, Jeff Groth going back deep.
Take a look at Jim Smith here. He was wide open, but Terry was under a lot of pressure because the Saints went to the 4-man rush. Terry turned Myers around. He didn't know which way he was going. Smith says, here I am, Terry. Come and find me. But Terry almost threw it away.
Here's a snap. They have a great punter. He's aiming for the corner, but he has a line drive. He takes it on about his 7-yard line. And good coverage by the Steelers special teams. Possession, first down 10 at the 16. They're on 16. Rodgers left side. You know, Rodgers, your 1980 Heisman Trophy winner out of University of South Carolina. He ran to the left side that time. We asked Bum Phillips about this, and we can make note as the game progresses. He always carries the ball in the right hand, no matter which way it goes.
And Bum said that's because they tackle high now, and he said it doesn't make a difference which hand he carries it in, but I've got a feeling that I wouldn't change George Rogers doing anything.
Not right now. Okay, second down 5, ball to 21. Wilson in the flat. Wayne Wilson, his receiver. First down, New Orleans Saints. A big first down for the Saints. Halftime, New England 0-4, leading Kansas City 14-7.
Buffalo 14-3 over Baltimore, and Buffalo had a rough ride with Cincinnati last week.
Yeah, they sure did. By first and 10 of the Saints 27. High backfield. Both receivers to the right. In motion. Ball. Saints recover their own fumble. That was Wayne Wilson who fumbled the handoff. Did you notice how number 75, a well-known number in the NFL and Finnish commercials, kind of led his way in there like he smelled the play? A lot of times those great defensive linemen, Mike, can see the lean of the offensive linemen. They jump and get a break there.
I'll tell you, Mean Joe Green's seen a lot of people lean one way or the other, and you don't fool him very often. You can see Green. He's right on top of him. Take a look. See, he knew where it was going. He's got that rookie quarterback's number. If Joe wouldn't have fallen down, he might have recovered that ball.
Second down, 13. Over the middle. Wayne Wilson again. Breaks one tackle. Good hard running. Mel Blunt on the tackle.
Well, we see what Wilson's doing right away. He's lost his wide receiver, his big star. I mean, he's gone to the Chargers now, so he's going to his backs, and that's what you've got to do against Pittsburgh. They only have 3 linebackers back there. You find a hole with that running back out of the backfield, and you get a good look at it right there, and I'm really impressed with Wilson's poise. And look at that great extra effort by Wayne Wilson.
Third and 2, 3 backs in, going right side. Rogers with the ball, and I believe he had enough for the first down. Saints brought in Tucson Tyler, number 42 that time. Good running back, another fullback to go along with Holmes and George Rogers. First down.
Watch George Rogers on this play. He's a straight up and down running back. He doesn't lower his shoulder. He hasn't got that good body lean. Look at the people fall off of him. He's just a bull, Harmon. Oh.
Jim Carlin in South Carolina says George Rogers just doesn't realize how strong he really is. First down 10, ball on the 39 of the New Orleans Saints. In motion to the wide side, Wilson back. Larry Hardy, the fumble, be first down coming up for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Donnie Shell with the recovery. And that's that new rule in the possession. He had one step with it, and Shell was right there to pounce on it. 9-year veterans don't miss fumbles very often. Let's take another look. Again, Wilson looking for his back out of the backfield. Gets his big tight end. There he drops the ball, and there's Shell.
When we come back, the Steelers will have the ball. No score, nothing.
People in St. Louis know their beer.
Steelers have the ball, and Mike, they might go for the big play right now.
That's when you do it. The defense wasn't expecting to come back out. Terry had to go upstairs and go after him right away.
Well, the receivers are out very wide from the offensive line. Ball in the Saints 39.
Terry fools us.
Well, you know, he had those wide receivers that had a real large split out to the right and to the left, and he gave the ball to Frank Pollard going up the middle. Derlin Moore on the tackle. Moore, Bennett, Eloise Grooms, not your household names, but hard, tough-nosed players, as we alluded to earlier in the game. Bum Phillips type player.
He likes to stop that running game, and if you want to throw the football in the NFL this year, you at best make the defense play run on the running down so you can get that play action going.
All right, second down 7, ball on the 36. you can see Bradshaw. They saw the safety blitz. He went back, stalwart. The veteran knew right away to come across the middle. And playing against a veteran team, they've seen the safety blitz.
Look at Terry. His eyes are downfield. Right away, he spots the blitz. He goes right to one of his veterans, and all of them are, and he knows they're all sure-handed. I mean, that's so nice to be able to stand back there and know that John Stallworth's running the quick post. So is Swan on the other side, and you just pick out where the linebacker isn't and go to one of the great ones.
First down 10, ball on the 21-yard line. Oops. Well, a miscue, loose ball. The Saints say they have it. Let's wait for the official indication from the official. Frank Pollard fumbled the ball.
They got on Powell. Yes.
Saints have recaptured the football. A big break for the Saints. The Steelers were moving.
The sellout crowd loves it.
Dave Waymer, a second-year player. 4:16 to go in the first quarter. Bobbles a snap off, and he's thrown for a big loss. Now, Mike, I think that goes back again to the emotions, the nerves of a young quarterback. Even though he was a #1 draft choice in the supplemental draft, he still is a rookie.
That's right, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers on the other side. And this young man, Mr. Wilson, he probably watched the Steelers win a couple Super Bowls, might have had a couple heroes on that defense. You know, that's real tough. You get a big apple in your throat there, and it's a little scary.
Loss of 4, second down 14, ball in the New Orleans 18, 3:53 and counting in the first quarter. And off again up the middle, Wayne Wilson. Wayne Wilson's getting a lot of duty, and guess who he met? Jack Lambert. Talk about the linebackers.
The 3 linebackers for Pittsburgh. I'll tell you, Jack Ham's been hurt at the beginning of the season, but he's going to get some playing time in there. He'll spell Winston on occasion. Robin Cole, of course, one of the best blitzers ever. There's Lauren Taves now in, number 51.
Five backs in now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, your old nickel or three-bit defense. Third down, 21, Saints, man in motion. Good protection, breaking down. Yeah, that was your basic rookie mistake. He threw the ball instead of prayer. Interception, another turnover for the New Orleans Saints. J.T. Thomas out of Florida State in his 8th year with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And you called it, Harmon. That's a rookie mistake. The coverage broke down. He looked downfield, looking for one of his wide receivers. And instead of pulling it down, eating the football, he threw it into coverage, and he got it picked up.
3 turnovers already in this game. 2:54 to go in the first period. No score. Playing on a motion. First down 10. Ball on the 48-yard line of New Orleans. Bradshaw looking for the air. And he's got Swan coming across the middle. Plenty of time to throw the ball.
Well, he talked about the 500 club up front. I mean, those guys are paid to protect Terry Bradshaw. Here's another look. Watch the time Terry has. It's an underneath crossing pattern by Lynn Swan. He looks to his left, now to his right. He knows where Swan's going to be. Look at how wide open he is. Beats the coverage by the linebackers and picks up almost enough yardage for a first down, about 9.
And you made a good point a while ago. Those defensive backs, to some degree, a couple of rookies have to be in awe of those big names for the Steelers. Second down 2 at the 40. Franco up the middle. First down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Saints have an injured player down. I can see him. I'll get his number in just a moment. Looks like a Steeler, excuse me, and a Saint. There's a Saint, too. Steelers up.
That's Franco.
Yeah.
He never gets hurt. There, while we look at the Saint player.
I believe it's Jim Kovach, linebacker out of Kentucky in his 3rd year.
Tough take on those big guys up front. Kovach was trying to get the biggest piece he could of Franco Harris and paid for it on that one.
We have no score, 2:02 to go in the first quarter. At the Superdome, a sellout crowd, the Steelers and the New Orleans Saints. It'll be first down 10, ball on the Saints' 35-yard line.
Take a look at this. There's what the Pittsburgh Steelers do to people. They're first in touchdowns rushing with 10. First in first downs with 104. First with first downs on the rush with 48. That's thanks to Franco Harris. And, of course, they're #1 in the National Football League in rushing with 200 yards a game. And that's with Swan, Stallworth, Smith, Cunningham, and on and on and on in that great passing game. Proves you got to run the ball in the NFL if you want to throw. And the Steelers obviously can run the football.
I hate to see a man hurt his leg.
These guys are so tough now. He'll come back. We'll get a report on him and tell you exactly what happened.
Okay, first down 10, ball on the 35. Quick pass again. Quick post pattern. That was John Stallworth again coming down and quickly across.
And again, Terry Bradshaw, he reads those defenses so well. The zone rolled up to his right. He looked back to the left, and he found Stallworth wide open inside that linebacker coverage. Terry reads the defense as well, and you really don't have to read him when you got Swan and Stallworth on the outside.
That play covered 19 yards. First down 10, ball on the 16. Bradshaw, Mike, seems to be slowing down the pace just a little bit. Take a little bit more time.
He doesn't want him to rush, and he knows they fumbled the last time.
Both receivers out to the right. Bradshaw can run. He has 90 yards this year. Throwing. Leaping catch. Touchdown. Touchdown, Mr. Touchdown, Lynn Swan. As I mentioned, Bradshaw has 90 yards rushing already. He only had, I believe, 99 last year, so they recognize the fact that he might scramble. But here he did scramble, and then he found his man on the end line.
That's what a great veteran receivers who know when their quarterbacks are in trouble. And look at Swan, Baryshnikov. How do you get both feet down like that? I mean, he is just amazing.
David Trout ended for the point after. Flags down. Hold it 1 second.
You know, Terry Bradshaw needs time to find a receiver to do that.
There were 12 men on the field on the defense. The extra point is good. A 5-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
That's the way to block it. Put an extra man on.
Well, that play doesn't work. That's right. 4 plays, 48 yards, 203 possession.
Look at Harris blocking on Jackson. Ricky Jackson out of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh meet Pittsburgh. And that block right there gave Terry Bradshaw the time to slip out to his right and find the great Lynn Swan.
All right now, first quarter, 51 seconds. The Steelers leading 7-0. We'll be back with more from the Superdome in just a moment.
This is Mellon Square.
The Superdome, Harmon Wages along with Mike Haffner. The Pittsburgh Steelers 2-2. The Saints 1-3. The score 7-0 Steelers. They scored first. And there he is, Archie Manning, a man who wishes he could play, nursing a pulled hamstring that he has pulled twice. First in the Atlanta game, then another game 2 weeks ago.
He may play a little bit today, but Bum Phillips, I doubt if he'll put him in. It could be out for the season if he pulls it again.
First down 10. Oh, intercepted, Blunt. He's got blocking. He's got speed also. He just pick up one more. Brought down by Jeff Groth and George Rogers. And J.T. Thomas. A great hit by Thomas to make the ball up to the interception. Another rookie mistake going into a crowd, Mike.
Threw it right into coverage again. And this is the thing that Dave Wilson is going to have to learn. He's a fine young quarterback. He's got a big arm. But you can't throw into coverage in the National Football League because those guys will pop the ball up every time. A great play by J.T. Smith to bump it in the air. And there's a former MVP in the National Football League who just picked it off. Blunt's been around a long time, and he knows how to play defensive back.
Oh, he really does. Many years of experience. Another big turnover, 23-yard return. Will they come right out and throw the ball again?
Now's the time to get him.
Yep, 32-yard line. Play action. He's got Stallworth. He's got good moves. He's out of bounds down to about the 16-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. Glenn Red makes the tackle.
Again, another look at Terry Bradshaw. This time he took advantage of the turnover. Here's where you get the defense who's been sitting on the bench, didn't expect to come in. Now they're on the field. Bradshaw play action pass. Got the linebackers thinking about something else. Watch the move by Stallworth. That's a great receiver. Anybody can catch the football. It's when you run with it after to get 4 or 5 more yards.
Tied for 4th in the AFC with 21 receptions this year. That was a 16-yard play. First down 10, ball on the 16 of the New Orleans Saints. 14:38 to go in the game. Quick pitch, Franco, right side. Good blocking. Flag down.
Big Larry Brown getting slow off the pile.
We'll get the reading from the official in just a moment. Holding. Pittsburgh, they'll bring it back.
That's tough. That's a break for the young Saints. Could have been 14-0 real quick. In this situation, that young Saint defense would love nothing better than holding them field
number
goal.
89 offense.
Well, I said Larry Brown was getting off the pile. He was getting off because he was holding. Oh, it was Benny Cunningham. 89.
First down 16. First down 10, excuse me. Ball on the 20. Little quick screen out to the left side. Frank Pollard out of bounds around the 15-yard line. This Pollard, he came in for the retired Rocky Bleier. Big shoes to fill, but he's done a very good job. Very tough, very fast.
Very much like when he was at Baylor. He's the backup to Greg Hawthorne, who's here with Pittsburgh. And Hawthorne got hurt. Pollard got his chance. Same situation here. Hawthorne's had some injury problems with Pittsburgh. Mr. Thornton dropped the ball 4 times on the carpet and lost all 4 of them in their opener. So he's gotten his chance to play, and he's been in there. Plus, he's averaging over 6 yards a carry, and you can play all day when you do that in the NFL.
Second down 8. Ball on the 15. Pollard gets a good block. Good block. Down around the 11. Chuck Evans and the veteran Tommy Myers coming up. Myers does that so well.
This is what the Steelers do so well. The great pulling guards, the lead blocks by the fullback. Look at the block. Oh, my goodness. I could run through that hole. Thank you, Frank Pollard. Be 3rd down and 5. A little pressure on Terry here. Does he put it up? Or does he try and catch the Saint defense looking for the pass and run the football?
Got Davis in for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Franco out. So you have Davis and Pollard in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. 2 to the left, 1 to the right.
He's going to throw here.
Well, it appears as such. He tried to fool him. Derlin Moore makes the tackle. That was Davis going up the middle again. He was trying to spread them out. He had everybody spread very wide, trying to make the offensive line spread out. The defense would adjust accordingly, but didn't fool anybody.
So they got him to settle for the field goal. That's what they wanted.
Kick the field goal for the Steelers. Holder, Colquitt, Trout will be kicking. 2 for 5 overall this year, as you can see. He's got a good leg. And it's good. So the Steelers, with 12:49 to go in the first half, take a 10-0 lead over the New Orleans Saints. Been a lot of turnovers so far in the game. Bum Phillips has been going to think, what am I going to do now? Coming at. Back in a moment from the Superdome. Keep going to Rodgers. Takes it about his 4-yard line. Comes to the outside. Gets a crack. Look out. He's got the speed. Oh, great tackle. Number 62, Tunch Ilkin. That's your boy, Mike. Tunch Ilkin.
Yeah, he's on the all-name team. That was Jimmy Rodgers, not George Rodgers, and he almost had a shot at going all the way. Take another look. This is not the big Rodgers. This is the little Rodgers.
It's mighty big today.
And Jack Ham on the kickoff team. Chuck Noll wants to get him popping so he can get back in the action. And I'll tell you, Trout would have had to make the tackle. Take a look here. If he doesn't get tripped up by his ankle, there's the blocking. There's Ham inside 59. We asked him yesterday if he was going down to the kickoff, and he says, no, I'm not, but he did.
44-yard return. First down 10. Quick pitch. Rodgers left side.
got a little late hit there, Harmon. I think they're going to get another 15 tacked on.
A little personal foul. It is personal foul against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lambert and Blunt on the tackle. Shoved him out of bounds.
There's two tough Steelers right there. They had to pay for it this time. I don't think you can intimidate George Rogers. I just think the man knows that he is strong enough to take anybody on.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 58 on the defense. First down.
Number 58, of course, Jack Lambert. Great all-pro linebacker for the Steelers, and that makes him mad to have a penalty called against him. He thinks it's the way of life of hard-nosed football. First down 10, ball at the 34. Right side again, Rogers cut back. Robin Cole on the tackle.
Now they're going back to that right side, Harmon, that Bum Phillips said that's where they like to run. Look at Lambert. I mean, they play only 3 linebackers, the Steelers, full time. Look at him just shuffle along the line, plays off a block by the lead back. And there he is. He'll jump on the pile and get his name called.
Looking at that running back, kind of looked like he tried to tackle him a little bit. Of course, I mean, when you're blocking guys like Lambert, you almost have to if you can get away with it. Second down 7, ball at the 31. Saints ball. Again, in the backfield, he's tackled. Jack Lambert, number 58.
Don't let Jack get on a roll, I'll tell you. He'll bury you.
He called a penalty on Jack. He's going to make up for it. Jack, you know, one thing here, though, Mike, we thought that maybe down 10-0, the Saints might try to start throwing the ball a little bit more, but no, they've stuck with the game plan. Let's establish the running game.
That's the influence of Bum Phillips. Let's look at some scores from around the action here in the NFL. John Smith just boomed a 50-yard field goal. It's up to 17-10 over Kansas City now in New England.
All right, third down and 9. Wilson back. He's looking this time. Quick pass in the flat. And he's got Wayne Wilson. And Donnie Shell on the tackle.
I like to put Wilson in the passing situations. And here's Wilson to Wilson. And the big controversy right now is, did he have a first down or didn't he?
Well, the official says no, and that's what counts. So they're going to go for it. The crowd wants them to. 10:41 to go in the first half. Steelers leading 10-0. It's going to be tied. Fourth in a matter of inches. Everybody up close. He jumps, and he's got the first down, and you can hear the sellout crowd. Wayne Wilson. You got Rogers and Rogers. You got Wilson and Wilson. And you've got a first down.
And you got a lot of emotion that's stirred up by this crowd.
I'll tell you right now, I have chill bumps going over you, that loud crowd. You can hear it. It's an echo in this place.
But Chuck Noll doesn't like it. Bum Phillips loves it.
This is a very important drive for the New Orleans Saints, going against one of the toughest defenses in the NFL. High formation, 2 receivers. First 10, 23-yard line.
Back to the bread and butter, man.
Tell you what, George Rogers, I saw him play in South Carolina, 6 yards on that game. He is running harder now than he did in college.
Here's what a linebacker has to look at when the big guy comes through. Look at him, he ran over 3 Steelers, and you don't do that very often.
No, you don't. Second down 4, ball to 17. Saints on the move. Again to the big man, Rogers, cutting back. First down, New Orleans Saints. Lambert, Shell on the tackle, the big guy coming out for a quick break. Buffalo 14. At halftime score, Dallas, St. Louis 10-10.
Chicago, Minnesota. Minnesota's back 17-7 after 2 awful losses to open the season. San Francisco's clobbering Washington.
He gets around. He's got the speed. That's Wilson again. Out of bounds by Robin Cole.
lot of action this afternoon. Green Bay with John Jefferson now, and the Giants at halftime trying to figure out how to stop those two wide receivers.
That play covered 3 yards. 2nd down 7, ball at the 9. A crucial drive for the New Orleans Saints. 8:03 to go in the first half. As he tried a quick trap up the middle. A lot of aggressiveness right in there. Wilson, he stopped by Dunn and Mean Joe Green, and of course the linebacker Robin Cole.
You know, it's a good idea down there close to go to your other back. And when you got George Rogers, every back that's in there is the other back, because the Steelers are going to key on the big guy. Maybe you can slip that fullback in there for a quick gain down in here close.
All right, 3rd down and 7, ball at the 9.
Got to throw it here, Harmon. Great play by Robin Cole, linebacker, swatting the ball away. Had Jack Holmes wide open for a touchdown. Oh, he had him, and what a great play by Robin Cole. Not noted so much for his pass defense. There's a look at Jack Holmes coming out of the backfield, doing a quick circle inside. Cole loses him for a second, then makes a great athletic play to get up. And look at Holmes. He says, I had it. I had 6.
Benny Ricardo, the kicker for the New Orleans Saints out of San Diego State. There's a snap. It's up. And it's good. The Saints have scored a 26-yard field goal. The score now, Pittsburgh Steelers 10, New Orleans Saints 3, 7:16 to go in the first half from the New Orleans Superdome. To about the 6-yard line, taken by Anderson. And he's tripped up. And the tackle by Frank Warren out of Auburn, a rookie.
Now, Robin Cole's been hurting first part of the season. Now he's getting his chance to start again. And here shows that he isn't hurt anymore, I'll tell you. He made a great athletic move to get inside and knock a sure touchdown pass away. And I'm sure David Wilson's saying, I had that one. Where'd that guy come from?
Should have lobbed a little bit higher over his head. Would have been a sure touchdown. First down 10, ball on the 23, 7:09 to go. First half, Steelers ball. Bradshaw to Franco. You know, I'll tell you something, Mike. You can always tell respect among the NFL players when they run a player out of bounds like the Saints did then, and they slow him down themselves. They don't do that to players unless they respect them.
That's true, and that shows you what the 3-4 defense does to the outside running game. You get those quick linebackers, and they string it out. Very difficult to run outside against the 3-4 that the New Orleans Saints are playing.
2nd down 7, ball at the 26-yard line of Pittsburgh. Bradshaw looking around. Franco Harris again, he's your workhorse. Dave Waymer, Ricky Jackson on the tackle.
You know what happened that time, Harmon? I think the rookie Jackson, watch him. He showed blitz. Bradshaw read it, called the draw play for the lead block by Pollard. But Jackson, he just doesn't care. He wild man, runs all over the place and catches Franco from behind, even though he got a first down. It was a great play by the rookie linebacker. And Bum Phillips said, if Hugh Green's better than him, then he's awful good.
That's right. 2 great linebackers out of Pittsburgh. And he said, as Mike said, if Hugh Green's better. The 8th first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers at the 34-yard line. Flags down, and a good hit by Tommy Myers. Lynn Swann taking many looks before. Penalty in the backfield. It's going to be against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And Ricky Jackson was again on the blitz with that all-out rush on Swann. That's when the holding penalties happen. There you can see Jackson, 57, putting the pressure on Bradshaw. And I think they grabbed him by the back of the shirt.
That would be
the flag.
77, Steve Corson.
Well, we'll find out from the referee and his crew today.
Illegal use of hands, number 77 offense.
You got good eyes there, old running back. Bob Seaman, the referee, confirmed what you said. Steve Corson with a hold, and he was trying to keep that wild man Ricky Jackson out of the backfield.
Ricky Jackson is good. He has really surprised me. Very impressive. 6:09 to go, first half. Steelers leading 10-3. First down, 20. Ball on the 24-yard line.
Time for Terry to put it up.
Bradshaw's 8 out of 9 for 110 yards. So here he's to the air again. Being rushed. He had a great rush. They smelled the screen and retreated.
There's that crazy emotion on that defense. You know, I mean, the defense has been written off 10 times here in New Orleans. But this afternoon, they're giving Terry all he can handle.
A lot of people were talking yesterday and telling Mike and I that the Saints on paper should be run out of the Superdome. However, as Bum Phillips pointed out, hey, we're playing on emotion. We're playing on a team unity. One of the reasons they traded Wes Chandler to unite the team.
New England 17-10 in the third quarter. New England's trying to get out of that 0-4 slump.
Both wide receivers, right side, Swan Stallworth, going to the air. Oh, what a rifle pass. John Stallworth across the middle. They're working again on the rookie, Russell Gehrig. 5'11", 195, rookie out of Nebraska.
A good play by the Saints defense. They know they've got a long way to go for the first down, so they're going to give him the short pass. And there's Gehrig, the rookie.
Yeah, but you got to admit, Bradshaw, with that cannon-like arm, he drilled that ball between two Saints defenders. I mean, he drilled it.
Also didn't try to get all of the yardage back. He still got 3rd and 10. Now that New Orleans Saint defensive backfield that's in the nickel now.
And you've got 4 receivers in there, counting your tight end Cunningham. Smith, Stallworth, Swan, Cunningham. 3rd down, 10. Ball on the 34. Oh, great pass. He's going back. I think he's still kept enough to make the first down. They're saying it's a loose ball. Hold on.
Saints say fumbled, but he didn't. Terry doesn't think they made the first down. Here's that zone defense trying to contain those Pittsburgh Steelers receivers so they don't get the first down yardage. Now you can watch for yourself. You see where the marker is. Stallworth's trying to get the yardage. And he didn't make it, I don't think.
Well, after he caught the ball, you can see how he goes back and trying to move away from the tacklers.
There's a penalty flag way on the other side of the field that may decide all the issues for us.
Illegal motion, number 86 offense.
That's Smith. Wide receivers are supposed to watch the ball, not listen to the count. That's a tough break.
It is a tough break. 3rd down, 15. Ball to 29. Davis in, Franco out. 5th penalty, 51 yards.
That's hurt the Steelers.
You hear the chant, defense, defense. Another great play by Terry Bradshaw, but wait, a fumble at the end. Saints had the ball up running. Stallworth the fumble, and Johnny Poe has the loose ball. A great big play after another big play.
And Ricky Jackson's the one that hit him to cough it up. Here's what Bradshaw does so well, Harmon. He can look over the field. Now he's got the athletic ability to get out of the way. Now watch for Ricky Jackson on Stallworth. 57 from behind, strips the ball. Johnny Poe, the rookie, has got it.
Great play by Ricky Jackson. Okay, the score 10-3. Steelers over the Saints. Another turnover from 4:41 to go. Second quarter. Saints with the ball. First down 10. Ball on their own 45-yard line. Fumble. Another fumble. Saints recovered it. That was James Taylor, the left tackle, who fell on the fumble.
I'll tell you, there's one thing coaches hate, and that's when you put the ball down on the carpet. They just don't like to see the fumbles. There's Chuck Noll. He saw 4 or 5 of them in his first game. To put it on the carpet 8 times and lost it 5.
Second down 11, ball on their own 44-yard line. Wilson back, he's got the arm. He's looking short though. The cross, good gain. That was Larry Hardy. Lauren Taves and Jack Ham on the tackle.
That's one thing that Bum's been looking for, is a good tight end. He brought in Richard Castor, who'd been with the Jets, and been with him down at Houston. Castor dropped a touchdown pass last week. He's no longer a New Orleans Saint.
That happens. That play covered 8 yards, third down 3. 3:34 and counting in the first half.
I've been impressed with the Saints. They really held together pretty well. 10-3 against these awesome Steelers with this young club. It's not a bad job.
Third down 3, 2 tight ends, Larry Hardy, Brooks Williams. Coming up, let's go to New York for a report from Brian Gumbel.
In New York, this is Byron Day. Over in the Houston Astrodome, the Oilers are on the board. It's 7-3 in the second quarter. Earl Campbell going in from 2 yards out. Let's go back to Harmon Wages and Mike Haffner.
Thank you very much. We're at the Superdome. Harmon Wages along with Mike Haffner. A timeout called.
And I'll tell you, the Saints, they got a little confused. Then they didn't like the way the ball was sitting. Might have been some sweat on it, a little stickum that you're not supposed to use this year. So they got the ball changed. Then they decided they didn't know what play they were going to call, so they popped the timeout. Now it's over to talk to Archie and Bum for the young rookie, David Wilson.
You're allowed 3 timeouts per half. The Saints have 2 to go. The Steelers have all 3. I wonder what Bum is saying in his ear. We heard him tell us what he wished he'd said last week.
He thought he had a field goal at the end of the half last week and couldn't figure out the ruling. So Bum gets to know those guys in the striped shirts pretty well during a football game.
There's a play, and it looks like he got it. We'll know in a moment.
First down. Good serve.
You heard the referee, Mike Haffner, then.
When you've known special teamer like me, you always knew where they had to go in for the punt or the defense had to go in.
Later in the game, I'll tell you about one catch, Mike Haffner.
I've been living off it for 12 years.
A big character builder, a big momentum setter. First down, New Orleans Saints. Plenty of time to throw. Got his man at the 30. Out of bounds at the 25, 26-yard line. Mel Blount on the tackle.
What a story Jeff Groth is.
You know, when they traded Chandler, and he told us again yesterday, he said some receiver has got to step forward and take the leadership role to show that we can receive. 20 yards on that catch.
I like the way Wilson stands in there. This guy only played 1 year major college football.
He was drafted #1, supplemental draft. Some question about his college eligibility. Ball to the 25-yard line. First down 10, 2:19 to go, first half. Pitch out, Rodgers got the speed, the size, got a crack.
Got to close the door on that horse.
Tell you what, Dwayne Woodruff, Donnie Shell, they probably have a lot more respect for George Rodgers at this point in the game.
That's what Rodgers does so well. He's a big back, gets a lot of momentum going, and then he cuts back against the grain, and you cannot arm tackle George Rodgers. He'll run right through you.
Take your arm off, too.
Oh, yes, in the process.
Franco has a collection of arms at home. He keeps in his den. And it's another first down. 2:06 to go, first half. Steelers leading 10-3, Saints marching. Bobby Scott out of Tennessee, a veteran quarterback, and Archie Manning. Now that's 3 good people to go talk to, and you got to decide what play to call. And there, Terry Bradshaw, a veteran of war in the NFL, 4 times a Super Bowl champion quarterback, once the MVP, holds 5 Super Bowl records.
And he's wondering, I hope they get in there quick if they're going to score, because I'd like to run the 2-minute drill and get it right back.
Yeah, we watched him do the 2-minute drill yesterday with very strong effectiveness. Wilson has completed 6 out of 10 for 54 yards.
That for a youngster who's just getting his baptism.
What do you do here, Mike? Do you run play action? Do you fake a handoff to Rodgers, go to the tight end? Do you have the tight end block down, sneak across the middle, play action play?
You got two choices here. You can either fool them with a play action quick, try to get on the board. On the other hand, Bum may be thinking, why not run as much time off that clock before we get our score so that the Steelers don't come back and nail it? We'll see what he gets. He had a lot of time to talk about it.
Both receivers wide right, I formation. First down at the 15. The handoff to Rogers, left side. Oh, he's down to the 5-yard line. Well, he just went with his big man, that's all.
That's right, that big guy can get you yardage, and they love him here in New Orleans.
And I'll tell you something, when you run on the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, you're doing something because they are a class organization from the top down to the bottom. Donnie Shell, Jack Lambert on the tackle, first down 5. That play covered 10 at the 5, a minute 32 and counting.
I'll tell you what, he drugged Jack Lambert for at least 4 yards. That man's a big stud.
We have a minute 24 to go. Timeout on the field. The score, Pittsburgh 10, the Saints 3. The Saints really marching with 1:24 to go in the first half. Back with more live from the Superdome.
I'd hold you all night.
New Orleans Saints coach Bum Phillips, he likes to grind the ball out so he can grind it in there and score on the ground. It takes a little bit out of the opposing defense.
Also takes some time off the clock so that Terry can't run the 2-minute drill. 10-10 at halftime would be a great boost for this young club.
Really would be. Saints have 2 tight ends. A minute 24 to go. Each team 2 timeouts remaining. First down 5 at the clock. Left side. Then he run out of bounds. Lose a yard or 2. That was Mel Blount running out of bounds. Tucson Tyler. That surprised me on that call. With your big man Rogers going so well. Of course, as I said before, you got the Steeler defense, their class.
They can stop almost anybody. And look at the great move by Mel Blount. Forcing the run to the outside. Don't need linebackers when you got cornerbacks that can tackle like that.
A loss of 5 yards. It'll be second down 10 at the 10. 1:19 to go. First half. Steelers lead 10-3.
He's got to throw it here, Harmon.
Pitch back to the big man. And Gary Dunn, number 67, made a big play.
I told you they had to throw it.
All right, clock counting, 1:04 and counting for the half. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining, 59 seconds.
And they'll let it go. Nobody's going to call timeout here. They don't want the Steelers to get the ball back. If they don't get in the end zone on this play, they'll kick the field goal and settle for 10-6 at halftime.
Coming up at halftime, NFL 81, all the scores and highlights with Bryant Gumbel. 5 defensive backs for the Steelers. 38 seconds to go, first half. Intercepted, Mel Blount. He's got a way to go if he can get by the quarterback. Out of bounds around the 34-yard line. Another rookie mistake, Mike.
Awful throw. Wilson's got to learn not to do that when you've got a chance to put points on the board. Now the Steelers are going at halftime. They got a chance to score right here.
You're right.
But they'll go in at the half with the momentum.
That one play there could be the key play of the entire ball game. A return of 35 yards, 21 seconds to go.
All Wilson has to do is throw it away here. He's throwing it into coverage. You can't fool guys like Mel Blount, J.T. Smith.
No, you're right. Absolutely right.
Should have thrown it away, taken the field goal, and gone in. Now Bradshaw got a chance to put another. He can put 3 on the board right here with a long pass.
Terry Bradshaw has got such an arm. We were watching him at practice yesterday. I've never seen anybody, even Pastorini when he was younger, have an arm like that. Bradshaw is amazing. First down 10, ball on their own 34, 21 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's see if they go for it. Is he going to put it up or just run the clock out?
Not Terry. He's going to throw it. And he's got him at the 42-yard line. Benny Cunningham, tight end out of Clemson. The tackle by Tommy Myers, the veteran. Timeout, 12 seconds to go.
Bradshaw wants some more points.
That play covered 26 yards. The Steelers used one of their timeouts. They have 1 remaining. The Saints have 2.
Another look at Bradshaw against the zone prevent defense. And you look for your tight end. When you haven't got the two wide guys open, look for the tight end because he's the one that can beat the underneath coverage. And you see he's gotten in between the linebackers and in front of the safety, Tommy Myers. And he's got them now in position where they get one more quick first down and they're in field goal range. Steeler brain trust working on this play.
Dave Trout is the field goal kicker for the Steelers. Grew up in Bolivia. He's kicked 17 of 21 kickoffs into the end zone. Has a strong leg, a good kicker. They can get him about 10 or 15 more yards on a quick pass. Use that last time out. If they don't get out of bounds, then you're in trouble. And you go in leading 13-3. You have Stallworth, Smith, Lynn Swan, three great wide receivers in there for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now Bradshaw, he's completed 11 out of 13, 182 yards, one touchdown.
On his way to a 300-yard day. He'd like to have about 15 right here, though.
It comes down to certain mistakes, and I think most of them should fall on the shoulders of the young rookie quarterback because he's a rookie.
He'll learn, though, and he's got an arm that keep him in this league for a long time.
Well, he's watching the master, Terry Bradshaw. He's got it. He's down to the 25-yard line. They call the timeout, and they've called timeout with 5 seconds to go, the Steelers. Therefore, the importance of that key mistake by the rookie quarterback. That play covered 15 yards. The interception, as Mike Haffner pointed out, Bradshaw doesn't need much time. And now David Trout, who has the leg, coming in. Colquitt will hold the ball. Trout will kick.
And Chuck Noll's done some strange things with field goal kickers. Got rid of a favorite in Roy Girella, picked up Barr. Then he ran Barr off, and now it's Trout's turn.
It's going to be about a 43-yard field goal. The ball placed down around the 33-yard line, 10 yards into the end zone. That's a 43-yard kick. He does have the leg to do it.
This is where the kickers earn their money. Between the 45 and 25, from 25 to 45 yards, that's where you've got to kick them. That's the important distance, and he's in that range.
Well, this will be his longest field goal attempt of the year. There it is. It's up. And it looks like it's going to be good. It is good. And the Steelers take a 13-3 lead with 1 second to go. Heck, Mike, Terry had a second to spare.
Oh, he's good at the 2-minute drill. And what a crushing blow to the emotion of this New Orleans Saint team. To be standing right down on the 5-yard line, ready to go in to tie the game. All of a sudden, they get a rookie mistake out of the quarterback, and Terry Bradshaw turns it into a 3-point field goal, and Bum Phillips not very happy. Hands in his back pocket.
Well, you're talking about a 10-point swing, possibly at least a 6-point swing, because you would assume that at least the New Orleans Saints would have gotten 3 points. It turned out to be 3 the other way. You have at least a 6-point swing.
And it's no fun to go in the locker room down by 10 when you could have been tied or only trailing by 4.
41 yards in 3 plays. The Steelers have had those stats a while ago. They've had some very short drives to get those scores. The first time was 4 plays, 48 yards. Then that one coming up. They haven't taken very long. David Trout kicking off. Short kick to the side, coming down about the 17-yard line. Takes it on the run. And this will be the last play of the first half. The Steelers lead 13-3. I'm sure the Saints will go into the locker room trying to figure out just the Pittsburgh Steelers leading the New Orleans Saints 13-3, and guess what? The Saints have to kick off to the Steelers to start the second half. Right?
And in the halftime statistics, you can tell what happened with the Steelers.
Well, first down's pretty even, 10-10, yards rushing, 46-68, but there's the difference right there in the passing, as you'll see later in the turnovers. Total yards, Pittsburgh 243, the New Orleans Saints 114. Terry Bradshaw, quite a career today, 12 of 14. Young Dave Wilson, the rookie, 6 of 11. Turnovers. The turnovers the Saints have made have really cost them really more than the ones that Pittsburgh Steelers have made. Big turnovers. Time of possessions, the Steelers have had the ball less, but they did more with the ball when they did have it.
Plus, they were throwing the football 197-46, and Bradshaw's having fun with that young secondary.
Okay, Russell Erxleben will kick off for the New Orleans Saints. Deep, Larry Anderson flanked by 2. Deep kickoff, takes it about 2 yards deep, elects to run it out. He's got a crack up the middle. He could hit it going to the outside, and he's down on the 25. Flags on the play. Frank Waddlett, free safety for the Saints, made the tackle. Kickoff return 27 yards. Steeler offense, Bradshaw, Pollard, Franco, same threesome that started the ball game. Stallworth, Swan, Cunningham, same receivers. You've got to remember Jimmy Smith and the Iron City group, the 500 club, the offensive line.
Steelers can set the tone for the half right here, Harmon. They take a nice long drive against this young Saint defense, and
Now, I told you Archie Manning might see some action. You just never know.
Illegal block above the waist in the back. Number 50 receiving team during the run back. First down.
All right, first down 10. Ball on the 15. Pittsburgh Steelers, as Mike Haffner said, look for a long drive. Bradshaw, 12 of 14, 197. First play of the second half.
that's the way to start it, with the big guy at fullback.
On defense for the New Orleans Saints, you have Derlin Moore, Monty Bennett, Eloise Grooms, as we mentioned earlier, a tough, hard-nosed group. Rothball played good ball. And then your man, Ricky Jackson, some fine linebackers for the New Orleans Saints, and a young secondary, which includes two rookies, Poe and Gary, Waymer, a one-year player, and veteran Tommy Myers. Second down 5, ball on the 20. Just into the second half, 14-13 to go, third quarter. Good block, springs Franco loose. It's going to be first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Got a good block from Lynn Swan. Franco coming to the outside.
You can take a look at it. 88 coming back to the inside, picking off the strong safety. Franco shifts the ball to his other hand, out of bounds. Looking for a stiff arm, but they really strung him out pretty good, and he knew he had the first down yardage.
As I mentioned earlier, George Rogers will not switch the ball. He always carries it in the right hand. That's going to hurt him in his career. All right, first down 10, ball at the 30. Well, in and out of the hands of number 89 tight end Benny Cunningham. Bradshaw all day to throw the ball. Russell Gary, good play.
Bradshaw was looking deep that time, and he came back to his secondary receiver, Cunningham. And I think Cunningham, who loves to run with the football after he caught it, started running before it got there. Let's take a look. See if Benny Cunningham started running upfield before Bradshaw's pass got into his hands. Looked upfield and forgot something.
You know, actually, that ball was thrown pretty hard, too. It kind of bounced off of him. Second down 10, ball to 30, Pittsburgh 30.
There's that tough defensive line again, Harmon.
You know, this game is starting off the same way in the second half I think it did in the first half, especially with even though the Steelers have the ball, they're trying to run up the middle again, establish that running game, perhaps going back to the initial game plan.
Well, here they're going to test the Saints secondary again, third down and 9.
Three wide receivers, Swan, Smith, Stallworth, Cunningham out. Third down 9, ball to the 31.
The defensive backs are shaking in their pants right now.
All 5 of them. Oh, Bradshaw, the long pump, and there's a patented play, almost a big play by Russell Gary. Gary's a rookie, and he's having to cover the veteran Lynn Swan.
Well, Bradshaw had him open, and this is one time that Terry was just a tad short because Swan had him beat deep. There was no doubt about it. He throws it short, and Gary's right there, and I thought he had it picked off, and I'm sure Gary did too.
Gary recovered and saved another one. Colquitt into punt for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Deep, Jeff Groth.
An outstanding defensive series by the New Orleans Saints right there to stop Pittsburgh. Now we'll see who comes in at quarterback.
Pittsburgh trying to get their special teams lined up. Somebody didn't know they were supposed to be in there. There's a snap, plenty of time. And a Pretty good kick. Drives him back to the 19, looking for his wedge. Out of bounds about the 32-yard line. So with 13:02 to go in the third quarter, the Steelers still leading 13-3. The Steelers, the Saints, live from the Superdome.
And there's going
Adams.
George can run right over those guys. He's something.
In the fourth quarter, Buffalo 23, Baltimore 10. Second down 9. They give it to the big man again, but he tries to go outside. Dwayne Woodruff. They said that Dwayne Woodruff is a super defensive back. Very high on him.
They really like him, and I'll tell you, I think both cornerbacks in the running situations are keying on George Rogers. He likes to get outside with that quick pitch, and every time it's a run situation, now is the time for Wilson to throw the play-action passes because they're looking for Rogers on the running play on the running down.
Look at this, fourth quarter, Dallas 17, St. Louis 17. We'll update you as soon as it's over, and maybe before. Third down 11, ball to 33, Saints moving, big play. In and out of the hands, number 30, Wayne Wilson.
Well, he didn't have first down yardage. Pretty good coverage by the Steelers secondary and linebackers. And Wilson had pretty much no choice. Both Wilsons, Wayne and Dave.
Erxleben will come in now to punt for the New Orleans Saints. Going deep, Jim Smith, a very fast wide receiver. His last punt was 40 yards, Russell Erxleben. Smith averages 7.5 yards a return. 13 returns, 98 yards. There's the snap. Real high, booming kick. Takes it around the 25-yard line. He's running with the ball. Well, he was going to try to run with the ball.
Good coverage because of the hang time that time, Harmon.
And your man, Ricky Jackson, rookie linebacker out of Pittsburgh, makes the tackle. So the score with 11:24 to go in the third quarter. The Steelers 13, the Saints 3. We'll be back.
Introducing the missing links.
Time on that punt was 4.71 seconds. Jim Smith took it, and I thought he might have fair catched right there.
Yeah, I think so too, but at Pittsburgh, nobody fair catches the ball. That's for guys that wear dresses. like Jack Lambert says, you're going to protect them, put dresses on them.
Tell him Lambert said it. There you go. Okay. Okay, at the Superdome, the Steelers leading 13-3, coming out, ball on their own 25-yard line, first down. 2 receivers, 2 running backs.
Terry looks determined this time. I got a big drive coming. I feel it.
And he's got Swan at the 40, down to about the 42-yard line. And there again, that rifle arm.
Again around the league today, the Packers with John Jefferson and company now, leading the Giants, but Phil Simms trying to bring him back. He just had a 2-yard touchdown pass to Ernest Gray.
And Cincinnati leading Houston 10-7 in the third quarter.
That's got to be a battle royal. Cincinnati
right
leading the division.
First down 10, the 42-yard line. Bradshaw looking over his unit. Going to run again. That was Frank Pollard. Pollard's 5'10", weighs 217 pounds in his second year. We've got a change on the Cincinnati score coming up. That score now 14-10 Houston. That's a big battle royale. As I mentioned earlier, Pittsburgh has to play Cleveland, Cincinnati, Houston in the next 3 weeks. Big division games. Second down 7, ball at the 45. Swan and Stallworth to the left. Look out. Johnny Poe, the rookie, made a great play. Almost had an interception. He'll think about that tonight.
They're trying to confuse the youngsters over there. Watch Poe clear out by Stallworth to the outside. Swan running the out pattern, but Poe reads it quickly.
Yeah, and drops off.
Yep. He got hit right in the face with the ball.
And George Rogers, he's played very hard today. Heisman Trophy winner. I saw George Rogers and Herschel Walker play in a game earlier this year. What a game. The injured player, Johnny Poe, seems to be a little bit shaken up, but he's coming off the field. Be okay shortly. The Steelers have converted twice on 6 third downs. The Saints are 1 of 8. Steelers 33%, the Saints 12.5.
Well, it's definitely passing down here for a third down conversion. Nickel back in for the Saints.
We have Davis and Pollard in the backfield. Third down 7, 9:58 to go. Third quarter. Oh, knocked down by the linebacker. Number 55, Rob Nairn of Oregon State in his 5th year. Got his hands up and probably stopped a good completion by Bradshaw.
Old buddy of mine, Rob Nairn, used to play at the Denver Broncos. In fact, he started all last season.
Until then, Bradshaw had completed 13 of 18 attempts, 214 yards. Plenty of time here throws, and you can see how he gets his hand up. Might have been a completion. Colquitt into punt for the Steelers. Deep, Jeff Grote. He's averaged 48 yards on 2 punts. Aiming for the right corner, and boy, does he bring rain. If you can bring it inside. Hits, goes out of bounds about the 14-yard line. So with 9:47 to go in the third quarter, the Steelers lead 13-3. When we come back, hopefully the Saints with Dave Wilson at quarterback. Wes is in San Diego where they entertain the Seattle team today. A big game, San Diego, Seattle. They need Wes right now, Mike.
Wes Chandler was their big play man, and they've got to get something going on offense. They used to look at Wes, and there it is. Good luck, Wes. He's out in San Diego trying to help the Chargers this afternoon.
What a team the Chargers have. Brooks, Muncy, Chandler, Fouts,
Joyner, Winslow, on and on and on.
On and on. First down 10. Saints with the ball again. They go into the big guy. Another final score. How about this? Bradshaw and the Pack. Is the Pack back? Well, they beat the Giants 27-14. Congratulations to Bradshaw and his Green Bay Packers. The Giants on the move also this year.
They got 2 more wins a lot quicker than they did the year before.
Bradshaw is one of the class individuals in the NFL. Second down 6. Ball on the 20-yard line. 9:13 to go. Third quarter. Saints with the ball. That's Jeff Grote. Good play by Wilson. Wilson to Grote. Wilson that time, plenty of time. Back, stepped up in the pocket. He has not been intimidated by the Steeler Iron Curtain.
I'll tell you, they set it up with George Rogers. He's been running well. Now they go play action. Jeff Grote, who played for Bum Phillips in Houston, has now come over to help out in the wide receiver corps now that Chandler's gone. And he makes the big reception. Had a touchdown last week.
First and 10, ball to 32, 12 yards on that play.
Back to let George do it.
Look at George. He breaks outside. He dropped the ball. All right. It's okay, George.
Nobody hurt, George.
Great effort by George Rogers. Have a lot of respect for the man.
Rogers inside. There you see him carrying the ball in his right hand. Pops out as he hits his own offensive tackle, Brock.
One thing you can count on in artificial turf, the ball will bounce.
Yes.
So he's got a break there.
You just hope it bounces your way and not theirs.
Speaking of class individuals, Archie Manning, number 8. You have to wonder, it's a shame he never had a chance to play for a contender.
Maybe Bum will bring him one before he retires.
Second down 4. It's like a busted play.
Another rookie mistake. Somebody went the wrong way. Wilson's going back to the huddle to find out who didn't do what. You know, you played a little quarterback in your career, and so did I. I've walked out of the huddle, forgot to play.
You know what I did? On national TV once, I played at Florida. We're playing Auburn. Told all my friends to watch. I walked up, first play, lined up behind the guard. Okay, 3rd down, 10, ball to 32. 7:52 to go, 3rd quarter. They're trying to shake him up, faking the safety blitz. They back off. Wilson back. Good catch by Wayne Wilson again. It looks like enough for the 1st down. Dwayne Woodruff on the tackle.
Again, I like this rookie Wilson. I mean, he's made some awful rookie mistakes. But on the other hand, he's got great poise in the pocket. Look at him stand back, survey the Pittsburgh defense, find his man, and a great throw and a nice catch. Tough for the receiver to catch it when it's behind him.
Well, it was a better catch than throw, but still, he got the ball off, and as you pointed out, he is a rookie. 1st and 10, ball to 43, 7:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Steelers lead 13-3. Wayne Wilson again. I would say Wayne's probably a bit tired right now. He's had a rough day already. Runs into the Iron Curtain, led by number 58, the Lambert.
Our producer, Mike Hadley, says, let's take Lambert this time, see what he does. Well, folks, you just saw the perfect form tackle by middle linebacker in the National Football League.
Well, Hadley's been around a while.
Yep.
We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
WTOV TV, Steubenville, Wheeling.
Second down, 11. He's got a man open. Did he get it? Yes. A great catch. Great catch by Jeff Groth, number 48. Mike, maybe he's the man who's going to step forward for the West Chandler departure.
I'll tell you, Groth made a great effort there, and he was tied up with the defensive back on the play, and the tie goes to the receiver. Groth's shaken up a little bit, but I think after that catch, he'll feel good.
Jeff Groth, a 3rd-year receiver from Bowling Green.
Here's Wilson again. He's got that big arm. He's ready to air it out, but he's got nice touch on the long throw. I watched J.T. Smith come over. He's got part of it. Groth's got part of it, but he yanks it away from him, and it's his football, and these fans love it.
I think J.T. saw himself going down the field in the other direction, saying, all right, another rookie mistake. Now, what you haven't seen yet, all right, Groth, he's okay, coming off the field, a little shaken up. Took a shot. This Wilson hasn't really showed us his arm yet. He can throw a ball 80 yards.
Jeff Groth's all right. Well, when you make the catch, it doesn't hurt as bad as when you drop it.
Usually, when you miss the catch, you're hurt.
Yeah, that's it. Well, my old receiver coaches would tell me, Mike, you might as well catch the ball because it's going to hurt just as bad if you drop it.
1st down, 10, ball to 24, 5:45 to go, 3rd quarter. The big guy, crack back, runs over one.
There's Lambert again.
Yeah.
Jack knows where he's going.
Yeah, Lambert showed him a little respect, then a little tap. And the coach taking it all in. There's no question the Saints are a better coach team. They look to be executing. They look to be playing with more finesse, more class, you might say.
Phillips can do that for a club.
Second down, 8, ball to 22. Little flag on the play. I think it might be roughing the quarterback. Yes, it is. Ball thrown way out of bounds. Number 67, Gary Dunn, I believe, was the culprit. He roughed Dave Wilson. Personal foul. Roughing the quarterback will be the call.
I like that throw by Wilson. Gordon Banks was covered like a glove, and so he threw it up and over his head.
Now let me point out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 67 defense, 1st down.
Well, he roughed the quarterback. Good throw, but now 4:55 to go, 3rd quarter, scoring position.
I tell you, if the Saints get the momentum and they're only trailing by 3, if they can get in the end zone here, they can make it a football game again.
And the Saints were a 6-point underdog coming into today's ball game. right side again. Dunn, Green, Lauren Taves.
I think Wilson learned his lesson at the end of the first half. If he has to put it up here, he's not going to make sure that anybody picks it off.
I can hear Bum Phillips. Now, Dave, eat the ball. Don't throw it in their hands. I'd rather see you eat the ball than throw it away. Second down 9. Ball on the 10, so they can get another first down. 13-3. Steelers leading the Saints. Saints on the move. 4:21 to go, third quarter.
They don't like that call, Harmon.
Well, they try to go up the middle again where Mr. Lambert lives.
That's the toughest yards in football when you're inside the 15-yard line, and especially against a great Steeler defense. Pretty tough to run up the middle. Now they know he has to throw the football, and we'll see if Wilson's learned his lesson. Can't throw into coverage here, Dave.
And Dave Wilson will call timeout, the first timeout for the Saints in the second half. They have 2 more remaining. So 3:39 to go, the third quarter. Steelers leading 13-3. The Saints on the move. Back with more live from the Superdome. 2 tight ends. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be holding against the New Orleans Saints.
That touchdown wasn't held very long, but the new rules in the NFL, all you need is possession with both feet on the ground, and you got 6, but it isn't going to count.
Holding number 61 offense.
Sam Adams, a 10-year guard, played 9 years with New England. That's a big play. Big mistake, Sam.
Another look, and again, watch the catch.
Great call.
87 Larry Hardy, the tight end. He had it for 6, but it doesn't count.
The ball's on the 21-yard line. It's going to be third down and 20. Again, Wayne Wilson. So Benny Ricardo will come in and attempt the field goal.
I'll tell you, the Pittsburgh Steelers put up the all-time great pass defense on that play. But see the drops of the linebackers. He knows he needs a touchdown because he's going to get the field goal anyway. And I think Wilson just said, well, I'll give it up and get Benny Ricardo a little closer.
Ball will be kicked from around the 23, be a 33-yard field goal. There's the kick. It's up. It's going to be good. So with 2:54 to go in the third quarter, Pittsburgh Steelers 13, the Saints, New Orleans 6. Back in a moment for the Superdome. Winner, number 1 draft choice, George Rogers. 79 yards rushing today. The Saints have 77 yards. Explain that, Mike?
Well, they had a sack.
And a loss. I understand that. Interesting. Scoring drive, 12 plays, 69 yards. They possessed the ball 6 minutes, 53 seconds. Russell Urchladen will kick off for the New Orleans Saints, and Larry Anderson deep. There's a kick, come down to about the 5-yard line. He's got a hole up the middle, and a flag is down. Jim Wilkes, a rookie, San Diego State, made the tackle for the New Orleans Saints.
Hate to see that penalty flag when you kick off, because that means you're going to start in bad field position.
It's a tie. 2:45 to go, third quarter. First down 10, ball at the Pittsburgh 10.
Bad Bradshaw likes to go to Harrison Pollard here to get him some room.
Quick pitch. Don't forget, it's doubleheader day on the NFL 81 with more NFL action to follow. Now, most of you will see the Brian Seif-led Cleveland Browns take on the LA Rams. Other games on the schedule are the Jets at Miami, Seattle at San Diego, Denver at Oakland. Check your local listings for the game and time in your area later today on NFL 81. Second down 7, ball to 13, 2:39 to go, third quarter. Steelers ball. Close to the first down, Franco Harris brought down by Rob Nairn.
You know, when you get backed up against the goal line, you just turn around and see that number 32 there, and you know 9 years he's been in the Pro Bowl. You know that he gets 1,000 yards all the time. It's so comforting to a quarterback to have a guy like that back there.
Well, you know, Archie Manning and I were talking. He says, think about Terry Bradshaw. He said he comes in, they build a team around him, they give him strength receivers. He's had 4 Super Bowl championships, 5 Super Bowl records. I've had to work with a team that's continuing to rebuild. 2 tight ends in the ball game, third down and 1 at the 19. Pollard off the right tackle. He's got the first down and more.
Steelers going to what they know best. Run that football inside against a 3-4. Great lead block by Franco Harris. Opens up the hole. Pollard has got to make a defensive back has to tackle him, and that's Pittsburgh football right there.
Fourth quarter, Buffalo 23, Baltimore 17. That's grown into a rivalry. Final score, St. Louis beat Dallas 20-17.
Nobody's going to go undefeated this year.
And the Jets leading Miami 7-0 in the first quarter. Here we have first down 10, ball to 29. Bradshaw just threw the ball away.
Good pressure.
A lot of times you will see the Steelers put 2 men out at the same side. The reason they do that is to eliminate double coverage on either one. You can't put 4 men over there.
I'll tell you what, the Saints guessed right on defense, though. They blitz safety Russell Gary. That put too much pressure on Bradshaw to let the pattern develop.
You can't say enough about the Steelers, the Rooneys, Dan Rooney, Arthur J. Rooney. One of the greatest men to ever play and be in the game. Second down 10, ball at the 29, 1:10 to go, third quarter. Hand off to Pollard again, right side, got a hole, got a crack. The first down and more.
I'll tell you what Chuck Noll likes about Frank Pollard. He runs where the play is designed to run. He always gives you an honest effort. Doesn't fumble the football, although he did once today. But it's sure fun running behind those big Pittsburgh Steeler offensive linemen. They give you a hole to run into, and he just plows over everybody.
Final score, Buffalo 23, Baltimore 17. As Rocky Bleier, who's down here with us, pointed out, this Pollard is tough. He's quick, he's strong, he's aggressive. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. First down 10, ball at the 42-yard line. Franco flags down in the air. He's got Pollard.
Tommy Myers, hello.
Well, that's what your defensive backs dream about, is the ball, the running back, and the defensive back all meeting at the same time.
There's a penalty flag on the play, and I think the Steelers, somebody jumped. We couldn't see the jump, but somebody was in motion.
6 men on the line of scrimmage on the offense. Penalty is declined.
Must have something. Good lick by Tommy Myers. He's the veteran back there. May have lost a step, but he's playing on experience.
They need an experienced guy. There's the rushing. Steelers are behind for a while there, and now they picked it up on this drive.
Second down 10, ball in the 42, 19 seconds to go, third quarter. Saints say he didn't catch it, the officials say he did. That's Benny Cunningham, the great tight end, first down Pittsburgh.
having a discussion now.
Now they're saying, wait a minute.
They're take a look. I think it bounced. Let's see what the guys in the striped shirts say. They're the one that were closest. They're talking about it now. They say it's a catch.
Oh, Bum Phillips is beside himself.
So are the fans here. All 71,000 plus. There are a few Steeler fans here, though.
We have 2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. I wonder what Bum is saying. And that's the end of the third quarter. Time has run out.
We'll get one last look to see if he caught it. Hard to tell.
At the end of the third quarter, the score, the Pittsburgh Steelers 13, the New Orleans Saints 6. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. Superdome, over 71,000. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the New Orleans Saints. The Steelers leading 13-6. 15 minutes to go in this, the 5th game for both teams of the NFL season.
Will Terry put it up?
First down and 10. Give to Pollard, right side. Chuck Evans on the tackle. Will he put it up? Well, he's 14 of 22 so far after 3 quarters. 225 yards, 1 touchdown.
Here's that Pittsburgh grad, 57 Jackson, coming in, taking on the pulling guard. And he's really the guy who stopped it. He wiped out the guard so that the rest of his team could come in and stop that running play. Jackson's quite a player for a rookie, Harmon.
Second down 9. Ball on the 48-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. Bradshaw's going long. He's got Stallworth. Touchdown! No flags. It is a touchdown. Well, Mike, I was wondering just how long it would be before the golden cannon came out. Look at Terry.
He put it right on the money, didn't he? Oh, watch Stallworth now. He knows he's got the defensive back beat. And he's going to put on a little extra burst at the end. And he went after the rookie, Johnny Poe. Now watch the little extra burst. 1-2, got it. Goodbye. Welcome to the NFL, rookie.
You'll hear it. Vinny Ricard. Gary Colton coming up. Excuse me. There's the kick. It's up. And it's good. 90 yards in 9 plays. Possession 338. From the Superdome in the fourth quarter. The Steelers 20. The New Orleans Saints 6.
Let's do something.
There, and it was John Stallworth against Poe, the rookie. And when you get the golden arm, you just nail him.
We knew it all day long. Bradshaw just had to throw that one long bomb he hasn't thrown yet. Mike Haffner, who were you with when you caught that one catch, Mike?
Denver Broncos.
With the Denver Broncos. Tell you the story in a minute. Here's the kickoff. Kind of a line drive, very deep in the end zone. Will not be returned. He sits down. Wayne Wilson catches it. Mike Haffner, my colleague in the booth today with the Denver Broncos, playing in New York, caught one pass all year, but he happened to catch it. It's completely stretched out, made the cover of Sports Illustrated. Here he is. One catch, Mike Haffner.
Well, beat the Jets, and that was their first loss after the Super Bowl. You know, you got to be at the right time at the right place.
Or the right place at the right time.
Either one.
Okay.
Either one.
First down 10, ball to 20. Dave Wilson still at quarterback.
I haven't seen Chuck Noll smile all day. Now he likes it 20-6.
I bet he does. Again, we go to the big guy. Yeah, Woodruff. He's great against the run. Comes up very quick. We have some scores. Chicago losing to Minnesota 24-21. Final score.
Bears tried to come back.
Cleveland leading L.A. 3-0 first quarter. Detroit leading Tampa Bay 3-0 also in the first period.
Detroit a big win over Oakland last week.
Detroit. Billy Sims. Second down 12. Ball at the 18. 13:30 to go in the game. Look out. Mean Joe and the rest. Throw it away. to agree with you, Mike. It probably wouldn't be best to give Archie Manning any play time.
They're going to rush him now. And we'll look at it again. I'll tell you why he had to throw it away. Look at the coverage by that Steeler defense. There isn't a receiver that doesn't have a guy right in his hip pocket. Every one of them covered like as tight as you can be.
31 years of experience in the Steelers secondary.
That's why they were covered like that.
5 backs, 5 in the nickel defense. 3rd down, 12. Ball at the 18. Saints ball. I formation. 1 back.
Going to look for growth here.
That was a good catch by Guido Merkins. Bum Phillips said that Guido or Growth might be the guy who comes in to replace Chandler to give us the leadership we need. We probably ought to look into that. Earlier we said in the game, we haven't mentioned it again, the Saints players themselves said we needed to trade Chandler. It was hurting the team. Perhaps a new place, a new atmosphere would be good for Wes and the Saints.
Guido Merkins, another one of those players that played for Bum Phillips at Houston. They had to waive him, and then Bum moves on, and he brings Guido right with him.
Russell Erxleben will be your punter. Jimmy Smith, wide receiver, will return. Averaging 41, Erxleben. Very good punt, not real high. Takes it around the 23-yard line. Looking for the wedge. Good special teams play by the New Orleans Saints. That was Frank Watman, rookie out of Kansas. On the tackle.
Bum Phillips really likes him.
He's high on a lot of them. Hang time, 4.37 seconds for Russell Erxleben. Back in a moment.
Follow the bouncing ball next Sunday.
Harmon Wages along with Mike Haffner from the Superdome. The Pittsburgh Steelers 20, the New Orleans Saints 6. Another score, first quarter, Jets, Miami 7-7. A lot of people said, don't be surprised if the Jets beat Miami. First down 10, ball to 25. Another score, Detroit 10, Tampa Bay nothing. That's in the first quarter. You have 3 rookie defensive linemen for the New Orleans Saints, Warren, Boyarsky, and Wilkes.
Bum likes to change them. Frank Pollard on the screen pass, and that's the way to get those excited rookie front 3. Throw a screen pass on them. Let them in. Think they're going to make a big pass rush, then throw the screen.
Bum was telling you yesterday, Mike, that he wants to send in 3 men for 8 plays, 3 more for 8 plays. Why?
Well, in this game, you got to throw the football. So you got to have a pass rush. It's nice to have a fresh defensive line in there that's all stoked up and ready to go and not tired.
Second down 6, ball at the 29, 12-28 to go in the ball game. Steelers lead 20-6. New Orleans faking the blitz. Bradshaw checking. While Lynch, not a whole lot of running room there because the number 88 gets the ball and attracts the crowd. In the second half of today's doubleheader, Cleveland, Los Angeles, the Rams leading 7-3 first quarter. Chuck Noll looking on. Former great Cleveland player Chuck Noll looking on.
A lot of players came out of that Paul Brown organization. A lot of great coaches, too.
You got that right.
Passing situation for Bradshaw, and he's been effective today.
They got 4 down linemen, a 4-3 front. Both receivers this side. That's to eliminate double coverage. 3rd down 5. Throws it out to Davis.
I think he's short, Harmon. Good receivers know where that first down marker is.
Oh, he's 6'1".
I owe you one.
You owe me one.
Bradshaw, 277 yards passing coming up to that.
About 1 foot short, so they will have to punt. Craig Colquitt, 4th-year player at the University of Tennessee, will be the punter. Deep. Wide receiver, Jeff Groth.
There's Colquitt.
And Guido Merkins up back, number 19.
There's Groth. He's had quite a day receiving.
Wilson's high is not real long. He calls for the fair catch. He's got it. Up the 26-yard line. So the Saints come on offense. The big guy, George Rogers again. The quarterback still, Dave Wilson. 11:22 to go in the game. Back in a moment. The gondola that hangs from the roof of the Superdome, 6 television screens, 26 feet by 22 feet.
How much is away, Harmon? I know you studied it.
I looked into it. It's a lot. But I tell you what, the 5 offensive linemen of the Steelers pushed it up there this morning doing their bench press, the Iron Men.
8 tons, huh? I believe that.
First down 10, ball on the 27. Thank you, Lou Ranoni, for the shot of the gondola. Look out. Safety foul. It's been a great tackle by Donnie Shell.
He's noted for that. You don't fool that Steelers secondary and those linebackers. Tried to set up the screen, couldn't do it.
And I see number 89, Andra Thompson, in the ball game right now, wearing the same number that Wes Chandler. Now, a lot of people said, how can you get him the same number? Well, it's the number he's worn for 4 years.
He wasn't bad at Green Bay, and he had a short stop at San Diego, of course.
Second down 10, going deep, intercepted, number 31, Donnie Shell. Out of bounds at the 40.
That's what happens when the rookie tries to force it. Again, he's done it 3 times today, and 3 times he's been picked off. Another look. Wilson trying to get the big play. Knows his team's down 20-6. And right into Shell's hands.
Another turnover for Dave Wilson. 10:38 to go in the game. Steelers 20, the Saints 6. We'll be back. Not today, I'm sure.
4 interceptions. 1 fumble. 5 turnovers total. Steelers turned it over twice, but they've taken advantage of every one of the Saints' mistakes.
First down 10, Steelers. Ball on the 39-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. 10:38 to go in the ball game. Now let's go to Brian Gumbel in New York for an update on today's NFL action.
In Bloomington, the Bears have lost out on a chance to go to overtime with the Vikings. 1 second left. Hans Nielsen tees it up 26 yards away from the goalpost, pulls it left. Vikes the winner, 24-21.
24-21. Thank you, Brian. Here it's 20-6. Pittsburgh leading New Orleans. Second down 4, ball to 33. 10 minutes to go in the ball game.
Steelers love to control the ball in this situation.
Quick pass to Swan in the flat.
Didn't work again, Lim. That's twice they tried that flanker screen. Both times smelled out by the New Orleans defense.
You know what, though, Mike? Every time I see him do that, I look for Swan to take the ball, rear back, and throw it down the field. Back up a little bit. I've seen him do that before.
It's all legal if he can do it. No sense rubbing the Saints' nose in it now, though.
I'll tell you what, the Saints are aggressive, and they pursue. Great pursuit on that particular play. A loss of 5. Third down 9 at the 38.
Chuck Noll didn't like that play.
3 wide receivers. Stalwart Swan to the top. That eliminates double coverage. You have Smith at the bottom. 2 backs. In and out of the hands of Frank Watlett, a rookie out of Kansas. John Stalwart.
He was in the right place.
There's a flag down. Personal foul, I believe, roughing Terry Bradshaw.
We're going to look at it right here. You can't hit him in the head. That's against the rules. They hit the quarterback in the head at any time.
The receiver did a good job of eliminating the catch by the defensive back.
That's 9 years for Stalwart. He knows if it's going to be picked off, he's got to turn defensive back.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 94 defense, first down.
And that's Jim Wilkes, a rookie out of San Diego State. The Saints have 3 down linemen. They're all rookies. They have 4 in the game now. No, I take that back. There's 3. They have a rookie, Jackson, on the outside. First and 10 at the 23. Frank Pollard again. Jim Wilkes on the tackle. Scores around the league. New England beat Kansas City 33-17. Buffalo over Baltimore 23-17. And Dallas lost to St. Louis 20-17. Minnesota beat Chicago, last second field goal, 24-21. And San Francisco 30, Washington 17. Second down, 4, ball on the 17. Split backfield. Again, you know, Mike Pollard is carrying the ball more and more and more.
They're getting confidence in him. He doesn't drop the ball.
I think when you're in control, you're going to run Pollard more, maybe save Franco a little bit.
And when you got a lead, I mean, the big guy, 32, Franco Harris, is really the meat of your running attack.
As Bum Phillips looks on, Green Bay 27, the Giants 14. And Houston 14-10 over Cincinnati. That's in the fourth quarter. Second quarter, LA 7, Cleveland 3.
Second half of our doubleheader today.
First quarter, the Jets 14, Miami 7. No score, Denver, Oakland, second quarter. And Detroit leading Tampa Bay 10-0 in the first quarter. You have 2 tight ends in the ball game. Third down and 1. And there's their big guy, Franco, for the first down.
That's like money in the bank. Third and short, give it to 32, he'll get it for you.
Before that play, Harris had 56 yards and 12 carries. Pollard 50 and 11 carries. A well-balanced running attack. Franco very close to approaching the 10,000-yard mark. Only 2 men have done that, O.J. Simpson and Jim Brown. Jim Brown, 12,312 yards in his career. O.J. was second, 11,236.
Franco's got a few more years, too. He may run past them both.
I think Jim Brown did that only in 8 or 9 years.
9 years,
you're right. First down 10, ball at the 11. Fumble! Scramble for the ball, we'll see.
There's a war going down in the bottom of that pile, too. I think the Saints have got it.
Yes, the Saints have the ball. Another turnover.
Three now for the Steelers, 5 for New Orleans.
That was Jim Wilkes, a rookie with the ball. Another rookie out of San Diego State on the replay.
Terry tried to get him with a play-action pass here. And again, the Saints, when they're in trouble, they go to the blitz. There's Ricky Jackson. He knocks the ball out. Now the ball's on the ground, and I don't really know what Saint came up with it. There was a battle at the bottom of that pile.
That was the first sack of Terry Bradshaw. Dave Wilson still in the game for the New Orleans Saints. First down at their own 21-yard line. 6:22 to go in the ball game.
Got to have some points quick, Harmon.
And he is sacked.
And the Steelers knew they had to have some points quick.
Bob Coors, John Banaszak, part of the Iron Curtain.
Wilson doesn't feel very good after that one.
No, he's had a rough day. Now, if he's injured, who will you go in with, Bobby Scott or Archie Manning?
No sense.
Looks like Scott over here.
No sense putting Archie in with that bad hamstring. Yes. Now that they know they have to throw.
That's the second sack of Wilson. Bobby Scott this year has played quite a bit. He's thrown 42 times, completed 17.
That's who it'll be. He's fixing his helmet right now. Talking to Archie.
Bobby Scott, a 10-year veteran at the University of Tennessee. He's been a starter here before when Archie was injured several times.
Pretty tough going in there now, quarterback, though. Pittsburgh knows you have to throw. They're going to be coming all out. Scott's not warm. I mean, they're coming after him right now. Here's the youngster, Wilson. And you're going to see what happens. Two defensive ends, Coors and Banaszak, 90 and 76, and they just sandwich him and then smash him to the ground.
Earlier in the year, the Saints beat the LA Rams 23-17. Bobby Scott was the quarterback. Dave's okay. As they say, just got his bell rung. A little local phone call. All right, second down. 23 to go. Ball at the 8. Bobby Scott 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions, 17 of 42. That's Tucson Tyler
on the draw play.
Before being shaken up, Dave Wilson completed 12 of 20, 127 yards. He had 4 interceptions. He was sacked twice.
Those 4 interceptions will kill you.
5:33 to go in the ball game. Steelers 20, Saints 6. 3rd down 20, ball at the 11.
What'd I tell you? Pittsburgh knows they got to throw.
Gary Dunn, Bob Coors.
Same problems. Doesn't make a difference what quarterback's in there. Pittsburgh's going to put a rush on you. And Scott looks at the same thing that Wilson's been looking at all afternoon, that fearsome rush in the Steelers.
There's an injured player for the New Orleans Saints on the field. I believe it's Stan Brock, the right tackle. He was a #1 draft choice a couple of years ago out of Colorado.
3 Brocks have played in the National Football League. Willie's at New England.
Well, that's a good sign. He's just a little shaken up. Big Stan Brock. Some more scores today from the NFL action. Denver, Oakland, no score, 2nd quarter. That's a big rivalry, always has been. Seattle, San Diego, no score, 1st quarter. And Detroit still leading Tampa Bay 10-0. That's in the 2nd quarter. Jimmy Smith deep. Russell Lurchlaven will punt deep on the end line. He's averaged 3 punts, 44-yard average. A former #1 draft choice out of Texas. Need a big punt here. End over end, coming down about the 47. He fumbles it. He's on it, though. Steelers ball.
Great field position for the Steelers. They can put this game away right here, Harmon.
Next Saturday, NBC Sports World returns for the fall season. October will be a great month on Sports World, featuring the exciting Las Vegas Grand Prix and great boxing action. Tune in to NBC next Saturday at 4 Eastern Time for the return of NBC Sports World. 1st down 10, ball on the Saints' 43-yard line. 4:53 to go in the game. Thornton and Davis. Davis, the ball carrier. Right here, all they want to do is run out the clock, grind it out, control the ball. Boyarski, who's a rookie, defensive lineman, and Glenn Red, a rookie. Los Angeles, the 2nd half of our NFL doubleheader today. Los Angeles 14, Cleveland 3. That's in the 2nd.
And watch out for those Cleveland Browns. 14-3 might fool you a little bit. Those guys can put 35 points on you in about 2 seconds.
2nd down 9, ball at the 42. 4:18 to go in the game. Steelers 20, Saints 6. Sidney Thornton. Well, Mike.
Saw the light of day finally after that first game. He fumbled it away 4 times. Chuck finally let him come off the bench. And I know he did not fumble on that play. And he probably won't the rest of the year. Steelers, they got Penny in there now. They're starting putting their 2nd line people. Sweeney, one of the wide receivers. Chuck Noll figures he got this one wrapped up with 3:45 to go.
13 rushes, 35 yards in 1981 for number 38, Sidney Thornton.
They don't show his fumbles, though, and that's what's kept him out of the starting lineup.
3rd down 5 at the 38. 3:30 to go in the ball game. Plenty of time. Out of bounds. Intended receiver, Jimmy Smith.
That was Calvin Sweeney. That'll force a punting situation for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they'll let that defense just ride it out now.
Greg Copeland. Jeff Groth will be deep. averaging 44 yards today, as long as 51. He's kicked 4. One of the few two-step kickers in the NFL. He calls for the fair catch to let it roll. Hits and goes into the end zone. And that'll be a touchback. Bring it out to the 20. You know, Mike, a lot of your punters take 3 steps. He's one of the few two-step punters. That's why he never has any blocked.
That's why a couple of guys have been moved to other teams because of 3 steps.
Coming up, 4 p.m., Cleveland versus Los Angeles.
Of course, they're in action right now, and we'll join them in progress. Second half of our doubleheader.
I just wonder how long, if when, Pastorini will come in to really get his opportunity.
We'll get all the fans to watch, and they can all phone us at home and tell us when he came in.
All right, 3:09 to go in the ball game. First down 10, New Orleans Saints. Ball on the 20. Little mix-up inside. Wilson trying to straighten everybody out. Got 7 seconds to get the ball off. 6, 5, 3. He's off. Bobby Scott sacked again.
Bob Coors, what a rush.
Whoa. Well, the momentum is just completely in the Iron Curtain's side right now.
What you've got to do is spring a wide receiver open. Here's the new one wearing 89, Andre Thompson, and he runs into a cornerback that the Pittsburgh Steelers like a whole bunch, Woodruff.
You got that right.
And look at that. Got him covered like the glove.
Second down 20, ball on the 10. It was Wayne Wilson again, locked down at 2:30. Mean Joe Green.
Well, Bobby Scott's really having a big problem. He can't get the ball downfield. Short pass isn't going to do him any good. Somebody's hurt now in the end zone. Banaszak for Pittsburgh. It's not going to do any good when you're trailing by as many points as the Saints are to just throw the little short pass.
Well, you've got to go deep, but they don't have the deep threat.
Who do you go to?
They don't have time to throw the ball.
Wes Chandler's now in San Diego. Jeff Groth, Guido Merkins. Not much speed there, so you're not going to get deep on this Pittsburgh secondary.
You know, the Steelers are just now coming back to being healthy. As Dave Wilson looks on the game, John Banaszak, he's injured right now. It appears to be a leg injury. And L.C. Greenwood had a knee problem. He's dressed out, but he won't play maybe for 1 more week. And Denver leading Oakland 7-0. Dan Reeves got him going out there. Great story today, Mike Haffner, on Dan Reeves and Craig Morton on NFL 81.
Can't believe Morton's still playing. He and I have the same age, and he's still out there playing. I've been retired for 10 years.
And he was they were roommates, right?
Yeah,
Morton and Dan Reeves.
Now Reeves the head coach, Morton's still a quarterback.
What did Reeves say? Morton's grown up now, right?
Yes.
Matured.
Has a young son now, married, settled down, and threw 17 out of 18 for 309 yards and 4 touchdowns. Denver holds a win over Oakland this season also, 9-7. I bet Archie's glad he's not playing today.
I bet he is, but he's had many days like this. Archie Manning, one of the great ones, 20,000 yards plus, 111 touchdowns. There you see the big men left, 3 wide receivers to the left side. Scott rolling left. Mel Blount covering Gordon Banks.
Banks out of Stanford and hadn't played that much. And again, now that the wide receiver problems have cropped up for the Saints, he's getting some action.
So Russell Ertzlaven will come in to do the punting. You have 2:04. This will be the last play prior to the 2-minute warning. Ertzlaven will punt right about his goal line. 4 punts today, average 42.5. Jimmy Smith, receiver, deep for the Steelers. Nice long punt. Not real high. Takes about his own 43-yard line. And Jimmy Rogers out of Oklahoma made the tackle for the New Orleans Saints. We're down to 153, so you'll have the 153 warning.
That's right. It's not the two-minute warning now.
At the 2-minute warning during many NFL games this fall, we're going to be treated to some of the most exciting finales from NFL history. They're called fantastic finishes, and here's one of them. Word on Banaszak, hamstring pull, will not return. Number 76. Cliff Stout coming in at quarterback now for Pittsburgh. He's only thrown 2 passes in regular season, but played quite a bit in preseason.
Also got to play a little bit last year when Terry was hurt.
363!
Oh, great stats for backup quarterback.
He's 6 feet 4 inches tall as a big quarterback, but he hands off 38, Sidney Thornton. Timeout called by the New Orleans Saints. They have 2 more to go in the second half. This game just went to the second quarter. Denver now leading Oakland, still leading Oakland, 7-0. Seattle 7, San Diego 3, second quarter.
Oh, San Diego 2 rough weeks in a row. With a minute 47 to go, obviously, the Steelers say we got this one packed. And Bum Phillips, you know, he built a pretty good team down in Houston, and he's going to start building the club here. I really believe that this man knows how to build a franchise, and they've been building here for 100 years, it seems like. But Bum's going to do it.
You have second down, 9. Ball on the 49-yard line of New Orleans. New Orleans faking the blitz. They came. Bootleg by Stout. Big, tall man going right side, out of bounds. Picked up the first down.
Oh, he'll learn not to do that, though.
I know you had a good conversation earlier with Bum Phillips about building the team.
And we'll see if we can get a talk, or get the talk that I had with him. If we get a timeout or something, we can let the fans in New Orleans know exactly what Bum Phillips is going to do with this young Saint club. He's got a fine young quarterback in the wings. He's got Archie Manning, the veteran. He'll bring some people in here. He's got some great draft choices next season. That is the result of the Wes Chandler trade. It'll take him time, but he'll get it done.
First down 10, ball on the 40, 1:41 to go in the game. Inside handoff, Thornton. Flag down. We have 1:34 to go in the ball game. The Steelers lead 20-6.
Too much time. New quarterback didn't watch the 30-second clock. Bradshaw looks content, doesn't he? Had a nice day.
Illegal motion, number 85 offense.
Down 15, ball on the 44, 1:34 to go in the game. Another handoff, just running the clock out. That's Davis. And he's out of bounds. That stops the clock. .128 to go in the game. Even though the score, 20-6, Mike, I have been impressed with the Saints' performance other than the big mistakes, which they will make. They're young mistakes, but they've played aggressive ball. They've played hard-nosed football. And 20-6 is not to be embarrassed by against the Pittsburgh Steelers, the team of the 70s, as they're called.
They didn't give up. That's a plus for Bum Phillips.
Second down 10, ball to 39. That's Greg Hawthorne, right side.
Timeout, New Orleans.
Earlier today, Mike Haffner talked with Bum Phillips about the New Orleans Saints and his plans for the future.
Bum, you and Chuck Noll have had some classic matchups in your days when you were at Houston, but now you're with the New Orleans Saints. A little bit of a starting over again, building a club like you had at Houston.
Yeah, you know, of course, the first place now, straighten you out. Chuck and I haven't played it down. Our teams have had some heck of a battles, but you're right. It's going to be a challenge down here. You don't start building if you're going to build a house, you don't start building on the 6th floor. You start down on the foundation, and that's kind of what we're trying to do. I'm trying to get a group of people that I go to war with, and that's what we're getting.
How is it when you start over again, Bum? You had a great football team in Houston. Now you come back over here. How do you feel personally about that challenge?
Well, you know, I look forward to it. I think I would have taken it by choice, even if it hadn't have been forced on me. I wanted to work in this town. This town's a great town to be in. John Meekum Jr. is a super owner to work for.
You got some horses, though, even though this is a pretty young team, and you got some fine football players to start with.
We really have. We had probably the best draft in the history of the draft, I think. Of course, I'm prejudiced, but probably we had the best draft that I've ever seen. And we got a bunch of draft choices for next year. We got an early 1, a 2, a 3, 4 threes. You know, we're going to be in good shape, really.
Bum, I believe in you, and I know you're going to do the job.
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
That was Bum Phillips, and as Mike Haffner reported out a while ago, he doesn't wear a hat indoors. There's the punt by Colquitt. Coming down, special teams play. They let it get by him. That's a touchback. Bring it out to the 20. I want to thank our spotters today, Chris Byrne and Don Elzelmo, doing an excellent job. They're the guys you don't always see on camera, but the guys that make us sound smart most of the time. And coming up, the second half of the NFL doubleheader today, Cleveland, Los Angeles, a big game. Great teams out there.
LA's leading right now, but like I said before, watch out for Sam Ratigliano and his offense. He'll get you.
It's going to be first down and 10, ball at the 20. Your quarterback, Bobby Scott. Wilson's okay, 1:07 to go in the game. Steelers 20, Saints 6. Wayne Wilson, Tyler, the backs. Another sack. I think Bobby Scott is saying face mask, but nobody saw it. There's a flag, and I'm not sure what that's for. Bob Coors and Mean Joe Green.
Yeah, I think they caught that face mask right after you said it, Harmon. They must be listening to you in the broadcast.
There's a personal foul, face mask. Now, who was the culprit? Was it Mean Joe? He wouldn't do that.
I think it was inadvertent, which will only be a 5-yard penalty. If he'd have done it on purpose, it's 15. Lambert's lunatic.
Hey, look who's standing right under.
Jack Ham.
Jack Ham.
Well, Jack got some action today, especially on the kickoff coverage team.
We have 1:01 to go in the game. Some scores around the NFL
Personal
today.
Foul, face mask, number 75 defense. First down.
New England 33, Kansas City 17. Buffalo beat Baltimore 23-17. St. Louis 20, Dallas 17.
Upset City.
Chicago lost to Minnesota, last second field goal, 24-21. The black and blue division, are they back? Bobby Scott, he's been sacked now, almost. They stopped it, that'll be 6 times. Again, Mean Joe Green. Look at Mean Joe, he's saying, yeah. He's yelling over to the Saints bench. Get Mean Joe mad. You don't want to do that. And he was so nice to that little boy when he gave him his jersey. More scores coming to you from the NFL today. San Francisco 30, Washington 17. Scott back again, throwing hard. He's got a man over around the 23-yard line. That was Brooks Williams, tight end, 4th-year man out of North Carolina. Green Bay beat New York Giants 27-14. Houston over Cincinnati in the 4th, 17-10. Los Angeles 14, Cleveland 3, the second half of our doubleheader. Scott again throwing over the middle again. Enough for the first down. 20 seconds to go in the ball game.
Hurry up offense.
Saints have no timeouts remaining. They might get off one play. Jets 14, Miami 7, second quarter. Denver leading Oakland 7-0 also in the second quarter. Seattle 7, San Diego 3, second quarter. Scott again back, flags on the play, throwing again. He's got him across the middle. That's Groth, 48. He's coming to the sideline. He's out of time. This is the last play. The game is over. The Steelers win 20-6. There's a flag down.
But I think it's on the offense, and you might be right.
You can end on an offensive penalty. You cannot end on a defensive penalty. A game cannot end on a defensive penalty. If it's holding, the game is over. The Steelers now 3-2. The Saints 1-4.
Offside Saints.
Offside Saints. That's the ball game. Final score: the Pittsburgh Steelers 20, the New Orleans Saints 6. In a moment, we'll be back to review action of today's 20-6 win.